color. And you got the MotoCure icon on there?
I can't see it. I don't know how cool it looks.
Dude, it looks really good on my screen. Look at that.
Oh, that works.
That's great.
I can do that.
All right.
Your tagline is your
Look at you looking over here.
Twice.
Yeah, like I don't have anything in the tagline, so all right.
He's Alex Connolly of Alex Connolly. Hey, babe.
Hey, did you...
Oh, man, that means if he's there, she's not
what did you mean? We're not even started
Did you
yet.
already pay?
I already paid on the phone.
We're totally not live. Like the button, the color suggests in our corner.
Oh, look at this. Hold on. On camera.
Do I need your card?
No.
Are you sure?
Maybe. I don't know.
Just give it to me.
Here you go. You can have it.
Oh my god, the infamous Sarah actually made it on camera.
She's been on camera like twice or so.
But she also has her clothes
We
on.
are recording. We're live on air.
Are you really?
Yeah. You guys got to see the whole angle happen from two angles.
Yeah, normally it's just we just hear it.
All right, did my lower thirds kick in right?
Alex Connolly of Alex Connolly. It's still saying Alex Connolly.
It should say at MotoCure.
You gotta turn it off and turn it back on.
That's what happened.
There it is.
There it is.
Sweet.
You're good. All right.
Sarah's wearing more clothes than usual.
Yeah, well, we have company.
Why let that stop you?
Yeah, I mean, like we just met.
I bet you're still not wearing pants, Joe.
I'm wearing pants today. All right. Ready to kick this puppy?
I don't know why you always use that term. That's a horrible term.
Yeah.
All right. You ready to skin this cat?
That's worse.
Well, at least yours is already dead, so it should be easier to
True.
skin.
One could hope, at least.
Yeah.
You ready to throw this baby?
Yeah, I'm ready for
All
that.
right, let's go. Let's go. La 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 la. I gotta warm up my voice real quick. Da 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 da. All right.
Joe does it every fucking show like he thinks it's still funny.
Well,
It's not even. It's not because it's funny. It's because it works.
Doesn't.
Nope. Plus, why are you warming up your voice when Eric does most of the talking? And I'm not complaining. I'm just pointing out that you really don't have to warm up your voice.
You're right. We should warm up Eric's voice. We just go around to Eric and ask him questions for a little bit and see what happens.
I would
All right,
presume
guys,
that Eric
guys.
talks a lot during the day and doesn't need to warm up his voice.
I'm just saying, let's not fuck up this show this time. We have an actual guest from an actual reputable website, so we're gonna try not to fuck it up.
Mistake one on his part.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, mistake two on Ike's part. He just dropped off the call.
Did I?
No, not you. Oh, now we gotta wait. God damn it.
You just finished your vocal warm-ups, too.
I know, and I'm not.
Well, we do have pizza, so.
Yeah, we got pizza on the way.
We could just start it.
No, we can't start it without Ike. He's integral.
If you say so.
So I really don't know anybody.
Yeah.
I'm just testing to make sure everything's broke.
Okay, so we have Eric. He talks a lot.
Okay.
So that's Eric. He has a comedy. Eric, why don't you introduce yourself to Alex real quick?
Okay. Hello. I'm Eric. Like, what am I supposed to say? I don't know.
You have like an elevator speech for all the cool shit you work on?
No.
All right, so that's Eric. And then we got Ike over here. Green shirt. Ike,
Hello.
tell Alex about
We should
yourself.
do this. We should do this during the podcast because most of our listeners don't know us.
Oh, wow.
It's because they listen like for 5 minutes and they're like, "Fuck this."
Yeah.
Shit sucks. Huh?
It shit
But no,
sucks.
you guys do a good job, though.
All right, here we go. Hello, Internet. I'm Joe.
I'm Eric,
Alex, I'm sorry you had to be in the room for that.
and you're listening to Just Cool Enough. And vocal warm-ups do nothing. They don't.
Vocal warm-ups are the heart and soul of Broadway and podcasting. I think we should.
So why do we do it then, or more
this is-
specifically you?
This is a special occasion because we have a guest on this week's show. We have Alex Connolly.
How's it going?
Alex, tell us about yourself. Where are you from? How did we get you on this week's show? Why are we so lucky here on Just Cool Enough to have you on Just Cool Enough?
Well, I was delivering a pizza, and
I was like, hey, you want to be on a podcast? And it's like,
right. You dangled $20 in front of me, and I feel, I felt obligated to come up to your room.
That's what happened. I was like, oh man, we got like
all the time.
That's how he got us.
No, I'm originally from Detroit. I live in Ann Arbor right now, but originally from Detroit, and kind of like a car guy kind of a thing. So Joe recruited me because he's like, I can't talk about cars to any of my friends. They all laugh at me. And I looked at the diplomat and I laughed too. But I understood where he was going with it.
See, at least he understands me.
Yeah, because like we don't fully appreciate when he's like, I'm a car guy, I'm a car guy, I'm a car guy. Guys, I just bought this sweet Dodge Diplomat, and we're like, that sounds stupid. I've never heard of that, but you get it on a whole nother level.
Right. Well, I actually have a police Crown Vic, so there are 2 cop cars sitting in this driveway right now.
Right.
And I thought that was cool, but yeah, I mean, the Diplomat, it's a classic. It's like I don't know, it's like one of those things where you just have to have it in your driveway, even if it doesn't run.
Even if it looks like it doesn't run.
Right. Yeah.
Because it doesn't look like it runs.
And if not your driveway, then on cinder blocks in your front yard.
We're like 3 steps away from having that thing on cinder blocks. Okay, I have a car story. Since we have Alex here from MotoCure, go check out the website.
I see what this is.
No,
it's a hostile takeover.
It is.
No, this is because me and Ike have been talking about Dungeons and Dragons too much, and he's like, I'm gonna bring another car guy on, then they can't stop us from talking about cars.
It's part of my plan.
At the very best, we're equaled out now.
Yeah, exactly. We got 2 D&D people, but no, Alex is actually on your side because you said you had some comic book knowledge, right?
Yeah, I do. I used to collect comic books. I had to sell them, but after that, I got into World of Warcraft a little bit.
Dude,
you don't just get into it a little bit.
Yeah, don't start down that road, please.
I created an account. I walked around for like half an hour, and I said, "Fuck this game."
I did that, but with that Final Fantasy MMO.
Yeah, like the last true role-playing game I've ever played was Final Fantasy VII, and I think I beat that, and that was it.
That's pretty good if you beat that.
But I will play Magic the Gathering. I will play that.
Oh God, I'm surrounded by nerds.
Yeah, it's true.
See, like I went full nerd into computers. I think like you went like full nerd into Magic then,
I won't say full, maybe half nerd.
Half nerd.
Half nerd. I don't know where my deck is right now, but I do have multiple.
You should put it online, then you could play with Eric and Ike.
They'd probably clobber me. They'd be like, this guy.
Me and Ike are all.
No, it's Hearthstone, man. It's all about Hearthstone online.
That's totally free, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's on the iPad.
That's part. Eric's probably playing it right now, which is why he's not looking at the camera.
No, the iPad's over there.
Oh.
We got another guy on the show. I don't have to talk at all. Okay, no. Okay, car story. Okay, so I've had my 1993 Cadillac that I inherited from my grandpa. I've had that for like 2 years, right? Brakes went out on it. Didn't feel like fixing it. Thing was filled with rust, and so I'm like, all right, it's about time to pass on this winter car. So. Put it on Craigslist, and after weeks and weeks and weeks of like going back and forth with a bunch of broke-ass people that only have $500 to spend on a car, and don't read the full fucking post, by the way. They're just like, I'm like, oh, I'll be there to pick it up. I'm like, dude, the car has no brakes. Like, did you even read the fucking Craigslist post? There's no brakes. These guys didn't have a lot of money. They're really tight spots. People that are buying $500 cars. I mean, I was in that spot. Like. I know about it.
That sounds exactly like my experience. Before I bought my police car, I had a 94 Sonoma. And it was rusted to shit, but you can't break them. They'll drive forever. And I think I wanted to sell it for $500. The guy talked me down to $300.
He talked you down.
I'm like, well, damn it, just get rid of it. Like, I don't want it here anymore, so just take it.
Well, you feel bad, right? So, like, I was feeling bad for this guy, but I was firm on my price. The guy was like, what if I give you $400 for it? I'm like, no, $500. He's like, it says $500 or best offer. I'm like, and I got the best offer, $500.
I only feel bad about the Sonoma because I still have the tailgate. He was supposed to get that, and I never.
Oh, you just never sent it to him?
No, I'm like, look, you got a $300 car. What do you want from me?
It was $300, man. It drove.
That's
better than what I. So anyway, guy, I put the $500 down in my pocket. I signed the car over. Car gets literally one house over. Fucking stops working. It's just like just locks up completely. This dude jumps out of the car, fucking pissed, right? Because I just bought this car. I'm like, oh shit, you know, I'm about to get my ass kicked from some gangster ass dude. That was from like.
Did he have a neck tattoo?
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh,
He had his hat tilted, neck tattoo. I was like, oh shit! I like texted my brother. I'm like, fucking help me! I'm about to get killed, right? Like nobody here is at the house, and.
I had a similar story actually.
Oh my gosh,
It's
man!
pretty, I mean, Craigslist is amazing for all of the stories I have just from dealing with it in cars. I had a 1990 Jetta. And,
God.
it was a GLI, so it was like the most expensive Jetta you could buy in 1990.
Those are classy. That's class. Like
It is classy, but they fall to shit. Like I didn't have door handles anywhere. But I ripped the power steering out of it, like trying to drive it to the guy who wanted to buy it, and he was like, "Oh, it's cool, man. Like I've driven cars without power steering before." I'm like, "All right, well here you go." So it's just one of those things, you know. You can't be really mad. You got a car for $500.
yeah, but this dude couldn't even make it back into his house. By the way, I told him, I was like, dude, you need a fucking tow truck. He's like, no, I got this. You know, and the thing just locks up.
He got it all right.
I went inside and I like shut the door and like I was like, dude, you need any help? You know, I like went out there, asked him if he needed anything to drink or anything like that. And like I was trying to be like nice about
to drink.
it. Like, dude,
Hey, you're stranded on my block and no one knows you around here.
you want something to drink? Do you need to use like I tried to
call
hook
the
him up
police. There's a dangerous-looking individual with a really piece of shit car that an idiot would buy.
And a large neck tattoo. I think it's a dragon.
He's like it's a dragon or a swastika. I'm not really sure, man. Like it could be both actually. It's a dragon shaped like a swastika.
And he was screaming, "The police are never gonna come here. I don't respect them as individuals."
And then he took his rifle out of the back, which I didn't even know.
Wait, really? Wait, no, that's a joke, right?
Yeah, no, you know.
Sorry. You're so sarcastic, man. I couldn't tell.
I'm not sarcastic.
Okay. I actually followed the cops here to your house today, actually.
Yeah, like, this place is like. You know,
I don't know. Someone's on fire.
It was because he was flashing people from his bathroom window. I don't know if you've been in his bathroom yet, but the window is right there. The whole neighborhood can see everything.
You have a picture window in your bathroom?
Dude, that bathroom's weird.
Yeah, he's actually a registered sex offender now. It was completely by accident.
Dude, I'm not a registered sex offender. I was just taking a dump in the bathroom, and I didn't have window treatments up. It wasn't my fault.
And the window happens to be like perfect crotch level.
Dude, you don't even understand.
All
like,
you can see is peni.
My bathroom has a bay window in it, out overlooking the front of the house. It's like the weirdest. The house is like super nice, looks fine from the front, but like.
So could you like literally piss on someone walking up?
You could, yeah. Okay. You could do it every
Halloween is scary at Joe's house, and not because of the stuff outside, but everybody goes to use the bathroom while the kids are out trick or treating. Fucking the kids run scared, they're screaming. It's
we had to put some major window treatments up. I was like. This is like we tested it too. I went like outside like all times of day. I'm like, all right, Sarah, stand there. I'm gonna tell anybody if they see your boobs or anything. I'm like looking. I'm like in my car, turn the brights on and stuff. Like seeing. I'm like, all right, no, we're good. We got enough window treatments.
Thoroughly tested this.
We really did because it was like it's
really just Joe walked around out in front of the house pointing, yelling, "Hey, you can see your boobs from here."
That is not what happened.
Oh, that.
You know what I did though? I took a walk yesterday, like around the neighborhood. I'm like, babe, you want to go for a walk? Like, let's go for a walk around the neighborhood, check things out. And you know, like when you're going for a walk, like it starts off fine, but then like you get bored, so your mind starts to wander a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
and also, like out here in the suburbs, people leave like their window treatments open.
Right.
At night, with like they'll be sitting at the dining room table.
I know, like
and,
no
like,
shirt.
The lights like on them. It's like a halo around everybody.
Yeah.
And you're like, you can see what they're talking about.
Everybody's got this soft glow, like a computer monitor or iPad.
See what they're looking at on TV.
It's kind of weird. So like, I inadvertently like just like spying on people because I'm like, oh, what's going on in this house?
You ever make eye contact?
Not yet. I know.
It's always the weirdest shit. You're walking and you just make eye contact with someone in their bedroom.
You got to give them a little wink. Be like, oh hey, oh you got the same kind of house I got. You're taking a shit right now. Wink. Like I know. Hey neighbor.
Pinching a loaf. Never mind me.
It's dropped.
Made eye contact with the dude outside.
Oh man, and then like you hear the family like yelling, like Jimmy, it's time to come in. You got school tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh man, they must be Italian. Did we get any emails this week in the email inbox?
Nope.
All right.
What happened? Really?
No. Why would people don't want to email this show?
I feel sad because I felt like answering questions for some reason. I don't know why.
Maybe we have Q&A
Not
questions.
that I'm an expert in any one thing.
We don't have any Q&A questions either. Yeah.
No, nobody's watching. Nobody's listening. Nobody cares.
So as this goes on, do they like slowly trickle in or something?
No. We're just, that's what we thought. Like maybe like 100 episodes in, maybe the people start trickling in. But we're still waiting for that to happen. It'll pick up, right?
It'll pick up, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, can't
we
be this
need
bad.
we need more half-naked girls. I really found out through my social media experiences that there is nothing to get you hits and likes like a half-naked woman you don't even know.
Well, I'm just trying to say, if you go on YouTube, if you're looking around at like those, like, oh, check out this month's best Vine videos, but the picture is always just a pair of boobs. But they just slice those pair of boobs in for like a quarter of a second, and then that's the frame they focus on when they're.
Oh, you don't even have to. You don't even have to do
brilliant.
that. I remember back in the old days of YouTube, you would do that. Like you would find the exact dead center and do that, or then they made it more random where they choose. Now you can just upload a thumbnail. Like you could just upload a picture of boobs to a video that has nothing, like boobs that do not appear in that video. Like,
why are we not doing this yet?
I have been sorely disappointed by videos like that.
Yeah, I know. It's like
this is like a police chase. Why is there boobs? Like, I just wanted to see a good, clean pair of boobs.
You'll never guess how this police chase ends.
Right.
This is like, what? No, this is just.
Surprise, Areola.
I'm actually surprised that this police chase ended this way. This is false advertising. I'm actually about to tweet on the Just Cool Enough Twitter. Naked women now on the show. Maybe we'll get some. Wait, no,
Hashtag half naked. Hashtag women.
I'll just put hot ladies because naked women sounds like discriminatory, right?
One of my few students who does watch this.
How is that discriminatory? Because are we discriminating against the clothed naked lady or clothed ladies? Well, everyone's naked under there.
no clothes allowed.
Everyone's naked under. No clothing allowed. I have a rule about that actually.
Please explain.
Oh no, this is it's kind of.
You're going down this road.
Who's the demographic for this? Can we like not say some things?
No, everything's really on the table.
This is the real.
The people who watch this are my mom and a couple of people in Amsterdam or something. I think.
Well, we
tried to poison Joe.
Yeah.
We actually had a family. Kurt's family.
Oh yeah, dude. Just Cool Enough is now a family show. I'd like to give a shout out to all the family over at Fast Track Exotics, getting their minds blown.
And that's not a strip club.
Fast
Track Exotics is not.
It actually is a strip club.
Well, one of my students who found the show and used to listen to us comes up to me today. It's like, so you guys still doing that podcast thing? And it's like, yep. And it's like, it's just not as popular as it used to be. I'm like, dude, you listened like 2 months ago. 2 months ago, and it wasn't popular then, and it's not any more or less now.
It's exactly as popular as it was.
You can't be less popular than nothing. That's what I don't understand. Like, this is like, okay, so I had to explain. I'm doing a website for Fast Track Exotics. They rent Lamborghinis and Ferraris, right? So I had to explain to the owner.
Yeah, you could rent Lamborghini and Ferrari and Candy and all the other strippers that work there.
Oh, that's clever. I like that one.
That is.
But the Ferrari goes fast and nowhere in particular.
No. It burst into flame?
No.
No, seriously, though. Okay, so I'm like, Kurt, like, I do this thing. It's on the internet. It's called Just Cool Enough. He's like, oh, man, that's cool. It's cool. I'm like, seriously, it's just like a couple of guys talking.
It's a cam show. It's a cam show. We all go on.
It's on Chatterbait.
Chatterbait? Is that a real site?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never go on those. Should I?
I'm not sure if I'm worried that Eric knows if it's true, if he was sitting there just typing it in, or...
Like, Chatterbait, is that the same as Chat Roulette, pretty much just...
No, it's one of those cam websites where, like, you pay lady, and they do it.
It's nothing like Chat Roulette. They actually have penises on that site.
Oh, nice. Well, Chat Roulette is kind of like watching scrambled porn on Comcast. It's like, am I going to see boobs in this next person? Like, you're just hoping and you're always disappointed.
Yeah, kids nowadays have it so easy, though. Seriously,
yeah,
like,
you don't even really need a service like that.
Yeah, I
mean,
just
don't know how they still make money with like paid porn. Like,
it's
I can see everything
guys
for free.
Old guys in hotels.
They hardly make money in that. But you remember I remember the days of like. when like the web was first starting, so you'd find like the one kid who was me, who had access to that stuff, and would like put it on one of those like floppy disks that weren't floppy anymore, and like pass the photo of the pink Power Rangers like Playboy shoot around.
I remember the password sites. There's like a ton of sites that just had stolen passwords to all those pay sites and stuff like that. Wow, yeah, I'm old.
Man, I'm missing out. I never used any of that stuff. I was awful though. I would download all my stuff off of like Morpheus or something. I would get nonstop viruses.
Yeah.
Like I crammed my computer full of so much stuff that my dad like had to take the computer to work. This is before I knew anything about computers. And so like my dad is like has to bring this like disgusting porn box.
It's dripping. Dripping.
Dripping with porn. Yeah, it's just like seeping porn, little bits of porn.
Was it a laptop?
No, it was not a laptop.
It's got so many. That old HP had so many viruses it contracted HPV.
Right. Oh man, dude. Like, and so like it's funny because I work at the same office now that these guys used to fix my like porned up computers.
That's awesome.
And so like I went to like Harrisburg a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, do you remember when my dad brought in that computer? He's like, yeah. I was like, do you ever look at any of this stuff? He's like, dude, that's disgusting.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was like, oh man. I was like,
I would do it too. I mean, this is awesome.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
See how perverted the people you think are normal are.
Yeah, but I'm so many people ask me to fix their computers that I don't even want to look at that shit anymore. Like a guy dropped his laptop off on my. He's like, just brings his laptop. He's like, it's broken, Joe. Can you fix it? I'm like, yeah, I can fix it. And I'm like, oh man, I got another one I gotta fix. I'm like, all right, give me a day. And I didn't even take it home. I just fixed it from there. I didn't even want to look at the stuff in there. It's just not even interested anymore. I don't even want to know what kind of weird shit people are into.
Like you find a picture of him in pantyhose.
That would no. See, that's why I didn't. I was like, I
can never respect you again.
I don't want to see a coworker like that. I'm just gonna like not even look. Like don't look at any JPEGs. Don't look at any PNG files. Don't look at any cookies. Like just get it done.
It's like a file folder, just Christina, and the guy's name is Chris, and you open it up, and you're just like,
oh.
Right, yeah.
Oh man, dude.
Did not know he had a hot sister.
Christina. Hey, tell your sister I said hi, Mike.
Right. I had a friend whose sister looked like him with a wig. It was kind of disturbing, actually. We couldn't tell them apart at a distance. It was horrible.
Dude, I mean, like, I got a friend that has pretty hot sister, right? But he looks too much alike, and it's just like you look at him. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. That's always a dilemma, the friend with the hot sister, because you never know how that's going to play out. Because, like, when you're, like, 40 years old and married, you're like, man, yeah, your brother was my best friend, and we were cool, and then we started dating you. But that first year out is, like, awkward as shit. Like, that first year out is, like, I'm going to hang out with your brother, but really I'm over there to hang out with you.
So, wait, you did that? You did the friend robbery?
Oh, hell yeah.
What?
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, I thought that was off limit. I thought people only talked about that.
No. If she likes you, you have to go for it. He'll get over it. I mean, it's not like you'll be banging her forever.
It's not like you'll be banging her forever.
I mean, I guess if you get lucky and then she ends up being the quote-unquote one.
One?
It's like he'll forgive you. If he loves you, if he's your friend, he'll forgive you. He'll understand, too, because I'm pretty sure he has...
So you go up to your best friend, and you're like, bros before hoes, and then you go over to your best friend's girl, and you're like, hoes before bros. Like, you're just playing two sides?
That bros before hoes only goes as long as you get, like, your first hard on. And then after that, you're like, you know what? I don't know about this shit no more, man. I gotta...
Dude, well, actually, you know what? Ike pulled the robbery on me. I was going to go out with his girlfriend, and then Ike stole her away from me.
Wait, what?
Ike on the show.
Well, yeah, I know that Ike.
Yeah,
I don't know another
you know
Ike.
the other Ike we know? No, I came over to, like, Boston for, like, one weekend, and I was like, man, Amanda's pretty cool. I'm going to go for it. Ike's like, back off, dude. He got, like, all like defensive and stuff. I'm like, oh man.
This was Ike's girlfriend?
Yeah, it was well, they were like pre-going out.
Oh,
he was like courtship.
He had already marked her.
Right. Well,
I don't know. On her leg, and I was like, "Fucking smell that? That's mine." Fucking.
That's the most dangerous part of a friendship is when a guy has officially, unofficially marked the girl. Like you know that he likes the shit out of her, but you're like, you know what? She is kind of hot, and she's feeling me a little. I've had that. I've got a lot of stories, man.
Dude, that's why you're
No,
not.
but it's even more. It's even more when you help your friend get there from fucking Detroit to Boston. You're like, dude, I can set you up with some women for this weekend. It's like, I like that one. I'm like, there's 20 girls here, and you happen to pick the one.
You go after this one.
Dude, I can't help it if you got good taste. That's a compliment to you. And Amanda. Tell her I said hi and give her a little wink.
I will.
Just get a box of chocolates in the mail.
Dude, I'm gonna send a 1-800 flowers like box of
Why
chocolate.
did Joe send me this? I'll be like, I don't know, fucking know, but I'm gonna kill it.
I had a coworker whose girlfriend left him, like a long-term girlfriend left him for his brother.
What?
And he's like 40, he's like 50 years old. And he well, now, I mean, his brother has been married to this woman for a long time now, but every anniversary he sends them flowers. Just straight from him to his brother. Does he send them
flowers, or does he send her flowers and writes his brother's name on it too?
No, he sends the brother flowers as a reminder, like, you stole my girlfriend, you son of a bitch. So every year, on their anniversary, he gets, no matter where he is in the world, he sends her a dozen roses straight to his brother.
Dude, that's cold. That's
cold. That's like you know, Chinese water torture, just that slow drip like that drives you crazy.
Little flower drip.
And like a year from now, he's just gonna get like this sobbing phone call from his brother. I'm sorry, I dumped a bitch. I don't know what I was thinking. You know, like you're just hoping for that. You know, but yeah, he was a pretty cool dude. But that was like, man, I couldn't even imagine that. He's like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. You know, so.
On a completely unrelated topic, not to have to do with killing Joe, but since you're a car guy, what type of car has the largest trunk?
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm really impressed with the Crown Vic. That thing,
dude, that's the answer.
I can fit in that. Like, I'm 6'3" and about 325 pounds. I can crawl in there.
Dude, honestly, we probably can both fit in that truck.
Yep.
If you're gonna kill me and dump me in a trunk,
I didn't say that, Joe. I didn't say that I was going to do anything of the sort.
It actually has its own shelf.
It does, yeah, for the spare tire.
The problem with the Crown Vic is it's got no fucking leg room, and I've got giant fucking spider legs, and I can't like cram my fucking legs into it.
It's weird that the car's so big, but the rear seat, they're just like, no, fuck rear seat leg room.
No, there's probably no. I've never even been in the rear seat.
Right.
At all, but
you know, because they're like, you know, who's going to end up in the back of most Crown Vics? Probably criminals. So fuck it, they don't need like room.
Right. Yeah. I actually have been like in the back seat of a police. I've never been arrested, but I've been in the back seat of a police package, and it's like your knees are in your fucking like right up under your eyelids. Like that's how tight it is.
You blink and your eyes are moving. You're like, oh, I'm sorry. This is.
But other than like a full-on minivan or something like that, Crown Vic's got a huge trunk.
All right. Well, I mean, minivan, somebody could see a body. Again, not that I'm saying anything or that I'm like implying anything, but
you know,
you black out those windows, it's fine.
That's true.
The cop car that cops truly love, and it has a huge trunk too, is a Caprice.
Oh yeah.
Every cop that I've ever heard talk about cars, they were like, well, they actually say the Diplomat sucked.
It did.
As
Diplomat,
a cop car.
As a car, dude, the Diplomat sucked.
The Caprice was like the crown jewel of all cop cars. And then, like, the Crown Vic is like, we'll take it. It's pretty cool. But that Caprice...
Yeah, everybody loved it. Had a Corvette engine in it.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I love me a big trunk. I'm just saying.
No,
I like women with a big trunk.
This is like, you know, we're going to have a really good car show, Alex.
Now... So I noticed you talked about planning a car show, Joe, with Alex. I thought I saw something. No. But I'm just wondering, does he understand your track record if he gets into this with you? Like, does he understand about 3 fucking...
What track record? Like an actual...
Like, he's had so many
shows. You're going to air my podcast, Dirty Laundry, right now.
Joe's done so many podcasts, but they only last about 4 episodes.
Yeah, that's because
except for Max Speed. Like the first time it was really he went a really long time. He had really good stamina, but ever since then, man, it's like woo. I mean, I don't know. He just can't keep it up.
Has it been you guys that helped keep this one going?
It's been mostly Eric, really. It's Eric that keeps this one going.
Yeah, he's the rock that.
And this is falling apart now that I'm slowly getting a social life, so I don't have time for the podcast.
Yeah, dude, it's all downhill from here. That's why I got my escape plan now. I got a car podcast. I'm gonna make it big, and you know, just cool enough.
We're gonna go after all those other big car casts.
Yeah.
Kinda, sorta.
Yeah.
Kinda, sorta.
Kinda, maybe.
I think we'll be okay. I'm pretty I'm pretty dedicated to stuff.
I'm just saying you have to be the kind of the dedicated one because Joe.
This guy.
If you're like Joe, you're in charge, dude. Joe will post things. Joe's awesome about posting things. He can post things to anything, but like getting him to actually do the show.
I'll just put him in situations that are so awesome he can't say no to.
Exactly, right? Like that's all I need. All I ask for on a daily basis is being put in situations that are so awesome that I can't say no. Is that much to ask?
I am very curious at how many strippers you can fit in a Cadillac Escalade.
These are things that need to be answered. We get the landing strip right down the street.
Oh no!
What?
Not the landing strip.
Why not? Oh, dude, we won't talk about that now.
That place gives you pink eye just thinking about it.
Which is exactly why you would go there to get 14 strippers.
No, you could get the slightly cleaner ones, the ones that have at least like the little wipes and stuff.
You don't need. What are you doing that you need wipes?
I'm just saying, I had a
eating wings. They serve you
wings. Do you know what it takes to
wings.
get pink eye from a stripper?
Nope, and I'm glad I don't.
Have you ever had a musty stripper? She kind of smelled like Funyuns, and I was like, well, she's hot, but you know, it's like you just kind of have to. I was like, you have to take the good with the bad, but then I realized that all you need is like those little baby wipes backstage, and then you can cure anything, like at least for an hour.
Dude, Funyuns. If my girl smells like Funyuns, I'm not going back to. I mean, like, no, Funyuns aren't even delicious. First of all, Funyuns are fucking disgusting. Second of all, if your girl smells like Funyuns, you're gonna get pink eye. That's a rule.
I think you just have to have precautions. You have to have an eye condom.
I'm not a huge car guy myself, but I do believe that cars should have names. And I named my old minivan the Green Machine because it was green, and my current one because I have zombie stickers all over it. It's Zav. It's the zombie assault vehicle. But I think Joe's Dodge Dart. I think it sounds like it could use
diplomat.
the name. Whatever. it should be. In any case, it should be the musty stripper should be your car's name.
The musty stripper.
Dude, I already. You know what?
It is kind of like
it's
kind of like a pea yellow color.
I would say yeah. It's like off pea yellow.
It's like white but rusted.
So actually,
the musty stripper sounds appropriate.
Sarah's dad actually came up with the name that I call it, and I call it Double D because it's the Dodge Diplomat, and so every day. Or every time I see her, Sarah's dad walks up, he's like, "Oh, how's Double D doing?" I'm like, "She's holding strong. Yeah. Needs some more support." You know, like it's always an innuendo of some sort. I'm running out of innuendos though. Eric, you're gonna have to make jokes, like write them down. I'm gonna have to pay you to make jokes.
Yeah. She's text Eric.
My car came with the Green Hornet in like vinyl lettering on the dashboard, and I just kept it. It's a dark green police interceptor, and this was what was on the car when it was a police car. It just always had
the Green Hornet thing.
Hornet.
Did the police officer that was in that car didn't realize how lame the Green Hornet was?
Yeah, but when you're pulling people over, they can't really tell you that. They're not gonna say. They're not gonna tell you that.
I mean, the movie was crap, but Bruce Lee in the TV show, you know.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know anything about I
just know Kato.
It was basically
the green.
Yeah, it was basically Bruce Lee came out with this great idea for a television show, which they stole and cast David Carradine in, but then they let him be Kato in the Green Hornet, the driver/bodyguard.
I always thought, and growing up, I always thought Bruce Lee was the Green Hornet, and like he was the main person, and then you later find out that
he was the chauffeur. Yeah, he was the sidekick. They did all the work, but got second billing.
Kind of like Frankenstein is not the monster, you know, that type of thing. So.
It sounds like he's more of like an intern. Like he got the shit. Like, hey, go pick up some coffees for me, Kato, or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's like pick up some coffee, get my dry cleaning, drive me here, and also fight all these guys in a bar.
Right, and you can tell he's like the biggest star on the show, but he can't like get the starring role. So he's just kind of like everyone's there to watch him. But it's like this other guy keeps getting in the way. Like, why is he even here? Like, you could just have that show without. I don't even know who was the other guy's name. What was his name on the show?
Nobody knows.
See,
he doesn't know.
He
forgot.
Just eliminated him. Just eliminated him, and the show would have been awesome.
Except they didn't think that's why they stole his show, Kung Fu, and put David Carradine in it because they didn't want to cast an Asian dude as the lead.
Yep. What do you guys think of Bruce Lee as a whole? I don't know. He's kind of he crosses over a lot because I know martial artists love talking about Bruce Lee, but then also like the the geekosphere and the nerdosphere, they also love Bruce Lee too. What do you guys think about him as an actor and as a real person? I think they kind of get mixed up.
Well, yeah, I watched this whole documentary about like a couple of months ago about like Asians in cinema and how he's kind of like this weird like juxtaposition because he broke the mold in terms of like Asian leading men in movies. Like nobody cast, so he just made his own movies. And now everyone knows him, but now everyone wants like a Bruce Lee and don't want just a normal person to be played by an Asian guy. They want the kung fu guy now.
Right, it's like Jackie Chan. Well, I love Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan's my favorite.
Well, and he got his start through Bruce Lee, which is
they were sparring partners and stuff like that back in the day, and then Jackie Chan kind of took it to a whole nother level. But I think Bruce Lee is kind of like people can't separate the fantasy from the reality a little bit, and I think that just adds to the legend and makes him bigger and bigger. Because there's no way he's fucking punching through someone's heart or something like that. No. And everyone knows that, but anytime you even talk to real martial artists, they're like, yeah, man, he could be in UFC if he gained like 60 pounds and was, like roided out. He'd be all okay in the UFC. Well, that wouldn't be who he was. That would be completely not who Bruce Lee was. So.
He's actually the next UFC game. I don't know which. I think there's a couple of different ones. He's like downloadable content. You can you pre-order the game. You can fight as Bruce Lee in the matches.
Yeah, he's probably like 99 everything.
Oh, yeah.
One of those characters, yeah.
Like, no Bruce Lee, you're going to like play it. Like, you can't pick him, dude.
Right. He's like the Miami Heat, like in the past, like 3 NBA.
He's like the Zangief of UFC fighters. It's like, dude, you can't be Zangief.
Yeah, dude. Like actually, Bruce Lee like stretches across the street.
What's that arm movement again? That was awesome.
Can't you tell that I've taken like karate class? I was yellow belt, white stripe, dude. Don't fuck with me.
Yellow belt, white Taekwondo?
Yeah.
Aha! I was a purple belt, green stripe.
Oh damn! You could kick my ass. We should spar on
white belt
in middle school.
White belt in Taekwondo. And I was a white belt for 5 years in Taekwondo because I was too lazy to get an upgrade. Like, you want to go to the thing this weekend so you can get the next one? I'm like, nope, white belt.
Because you got to pay for that shit too.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I ain't got time for that.
This is one of my favorite stories.
You're like
about
a black belt, white belt. You're
like, white belt comes in. All the other white belts don't mess with me.
Right.
He's a white belt with a yellow stripe and kicked my ass, but I was pretty good as a white belt.
The king of the white belts, yeah.
This is one of my favorite things. Why would I want to go up to yellow belt? That's where all the fourth graders are. They'll kick the shit out of me. If I stay here, eventually I'll be a fourth grader and kick the shit out of all the second graders.
All right, you'll be.
I wish that was the case, but I was like the 7th graders and they were the 4th grade. And I was like, yeah, if I move up, I might be bigger than them, but they'll still kick my ass because they're 4th graders with the yellow stripe.
I forgot that I knew that about you, and I forgot it, and then I heard it again for the first time, and it's just as inspiring. Like I can't. I hope there's more nuggets that I forgot that you can amaze me with, Ike, because that is awesome. You're just like, no, fuck it. I don't know. No, I don't need to move.
And I even went back.
We call it sandbagging.
I even went back like years later. I'm like, they honored my white belt because I was back to the same exact place I was before. And I did it for like another 6 months. I'm like, I don't have time for this, and I left again.
That is awesome.
My white belt. I can still do my first form because
like the most decorated white belt ever.
Yeah.
I came out of retirement, was like, nope, still good at it, and then I left again.
You're like, man, I'm a white belt, 8 stripes.
Right. He's got
Sensei Dodge at the white
facial hair and picking on like 6th graders. Like, I will kick you in the face, and I won't have to raise my foot that.
So what do you? I mean, like, yeah, you just perfected your form, dude. People just keep running at your legs and shit.
I can take on like 10 first graders at one time. You don't fucking
kids crying to their mom and shit.
That's why I make such a good elementary school teacher now, because I'm so used to beating up small children.
Have you ever seen that? There's that website floating around years ago. It's like, how many 5-year-olds can you take in a fight? where you would answer these like multiple choice questions, and it would tell you like it's like how comfortable are you with violence against children and stuff like that, and it would like estimate how many 5-year-olds you could take in a fight.
That is awesome. I haven't seen that one.
No, I know what you're talking about, Eric. I remember, but I don't know how many 5-year-olds I could take in a fight. It depends if I'm in a vehicle or not. Like, oh yeah, you guys can't drive? Diplomat.
Dodge emblem to the face.
Yeah, we're gonna take this Dodge to the next level.
Check out my spaceship. It's a Dodge.
My other car is a Dodge Diplomat. I'm gonna get that post. I'm gonna get that thing for my BMW. Give my other car is a '78 Diplomat.
That would be awesome. People be like, "What is that? A website or something?" It's like a joke. I don't get. Like, what is that?
Yeah. Is that like some fucking Doctor Who reference or something? I don't know.
Right. Motherfucking TARDIS. You know?
Dude, I was looking at like cool vanity plates to put on the front of my car, and I saw one that I kind of wanted to use. It was it had like the like brackets, and it said AFK, and I was like, oh, that's fucking sweet. I'm away from keyboard. Like it's like a nerd thing, right? But then I found this other one that said my other cars, and then it had like a picture like of an outline of like a Velociraptor. I'm like, oh, that one's even better. So I'm actually like looking for a front vanity plate for my car right now. I can't think of one. So listeners, if you have a suggestion, email the show at theshow@justcoolenough.com. That would be nice to get like a little email in there, dust the fucking cobwebs off of our email inbox. You might as well shut down the email address since nobody's emailing us at the show.
If I can get some people to
email the show.
Yeah.
What? Do you still have the Pwn Noobs license plate? Or
Yeah,
did you
like
forget that?
yeah, it's P. I don't even remember how I spelled it. It's Pwn Noobs with a Z and one N, because otherwise it was just one singular noob at a time, and now it's Pwn Noobs with one N. You know, like you got to use the N twice to get the Z in there. So it's actually pretty good. You know, I get a lot of people that like pull up behind me, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna flick me off because I'm a dick in a BMW, and I'm like, dude, it's 10 years old. Your car's more expensive than this thing. And then they're like, yeah, cool. You know, Pwn Noobs for the win.
Right.
So it works out.
You're merging the non-car crowd with the car crowd.
Yeah, they're like, what is this guy? Is he a hybrid driver?
I remember when the shocker sticker was thing.
This thing.
And I had it on my on the rear of my car, and it was hilarious. You stop at a red light and check out your rearview mirror,
I'm just like,
and the people are just like, "What the fuck is that?
dude, I can.
What's that mean? Like, what is like soccer moms like showing it to the kids? What does
this mean?
Right? So,
Hey Ted, you know what this means?
and then I had Pedo Bear on the rear window.
What
So
do
that
you really?
I had. I can't do it in the cop car. That's just a conflict of interest. But
The car will actually implode, create a black hole, and
It's like,
the
what?
universe as you know it will be gone.
right.
You should get a white out like Econoline 150 van. Just throw a little Pedo
The
Bear
free,
sticker on
free
there.
candy van.
Free candy van.
That is,
Before
I had it
you-
on my I had it on my rear power window.
Okay.
And so, like, when I was at a car wash, I was actually in Texas. I was going to a car wash and started rolling up my window, and the guy seen, like, the Pedo Bear kind of rise out of the... He was crying laughing. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He was like, fucking Pedo Bear just fucking popped out of nowhere. I was like, oh, probably should get rid of that in Texas. They may take it a little too serious.
Nah, they don't know what they mean.
Pedo's brown, I'm brown, you know.
Oh,
Before
man.
we get a little too far away from the subject, I just want to point out I can apparently
There's a
take
subject?
on 37 5-year-olds. I
Did you
took
just
that.
do it?
It's only 10 questions. It's only 10 questions. I answered them 37.
Five.
And that's just before, like, your legs get tired from
You're
kicking them in the face.
Yeah, I mean, if I could just stand there and they'd run into me. I've had
Did
a
you
few
do the
that.
BuzzFeed one?
Yeah.
Like how many? The realistic? Okay.
Yeah. And,
How would you guys describe my physique?
dad-esque, average, carved out of stone or skinny. I'm gonna go with dad-esque.
I do have a dad kind of physique. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to win in a fight? Definitely.
Yeah.
Rules
you
don't
broke
apply.
You shattered a kid's ankle in a soccer match.
Dude, I almost, like, Sarah was supposed to be away on business for, like, 10 days, right? And she thought she was going to surprise me by, like, coming in the house 2 days early. So I'm, like, just drifting off to sleep. It's, like, just getting around, like, 10 o'clock time frame. and I hear like some rummaging around in the fucking garage. I'm like, what the fuck?
So you grabbed
I'm like,
the bat.
somebody's about to get their ass kicked, dude. The fight or flight thing like went out in my head, and I went fight
Oh,
mode.
so that explains why she had that black eye. I was gonna bring.
No, dude, but so
He
like,
walks with a limp now.
like
That's why he didn't want her on camera. It's not
She
because
came-
he's
she
been
came in through the
naked all
door.
this time. It's because she beats her. I
She
mean,
came in through the
protects
door.
the house.
yeah. And I almost tackled her. Like I was ready just to like I made sure like I was trying to like stay in like the dark spot, and I was about to just beat the shit out of whoever's walking in my house. And so Sarah, like the first thing I said to Sarah, if I haven't seen her in like 10 days or like 8 days, I was like, I almost killed you. And she's like, hello.
Say it like that. Were you wearing
Yeah.
a Batman mask?
Right.
Where are the drugs going?
She was like, and then she hit me, and she's like, don't be a hero.
Right.
I'm like, I didn't know I was gonna be a hero. I thought I'd go into flight mode. I didn't know I was gonna go fight somebody.
Right. Call the cops first.
I'm the hero Ann Arbor deserves.
I'm not the hero anyone deserves. I'm just
It's
the
okay.
guy that almost got his ass kicked by his girlfriend.
I could be anything. I
She would
could
have
be
taken you
mad.
out. She would
Yeah, dude.
have chopped you in the throat.
Just God. I can't breathe. I'm going down. Call 911. You just kicked my ass.
I had a girlfriend that punched like a mule, I swear to God. She hit like a dude. She'd get mad and just throw a haymaker.
Would
Yeah,
you
I was
just go
like-
nuts?
I was like, bitch, you need to stop. You know, I'm just saying that's all.
And what are you supposed to do? Like just like put
I
them
don't
up,
know.
like just
Hey, you
block
know
them?
what? I found out what you do. If you really want to, if you have a crazy girl around and she's just acting nuts, just flick her in the titty. Get her right on the nipple. I mean, I'm serious. It really calms them down.
What?
Or you just grab it.
It
and
calms them down. What are you
you grab it and hold it, and like you kind of use it as like a pressure point.
Oh God.
See, that's one of those things that Bruce Lee didn't talk about. There's a nipple pressure point.
Is
And
it
if
really?
you hold that thing,
Dude, I'm gonna use it right now.
Yeah,
Like, take
I was
myself
watching.
out.
I was watching Big Boss the other day. Not one time did he flick anyone in the titty. So
Yeah, I was gonna come out of my white belt retirement again to use that move, but when it's against 5-year-olds, they call that child molesting. So I don't think I'm gonna come out of retirement to try that one.
Do not use the move.
try it at your local mall. I want to see what happens. Like, you know, she was acting out of control. I had to grab her titty.
Oh God, dude.
Ma'am, calm down. Just put it on.
Calm down. Calm down.
She was coming right for me. I didn't know what to do.
I felt like I was I was in danger. I didn't want to draw my weapon, so I
Right.
flicked her in the titty.
You're right. Flipped her in the titty. It
my
worked,
God.
I swear.
Does it work on men and women, or is it just like
Men, not so much because the nipples are a little hard to find.
they can be anywhere?
They could be anywhere. But you know, usually with boob, you have like a locator. That's like I forgot what they call it, but it's like when you don't know where something is, but you can tell the area.
It's like
Yeah.
a sixth sense.
Right. So you know that it's somewhere in that D cup or something. Like you know it's in there. And if you just grab a handful,
Dude, I mean, like locations could be all over the place.
well, you know, the only thing that gets weird is when she has an innie. I don't know if you guys ever seen the innie.
Yeah,
nipple.
yeah, that's weird.
What?
Like face to face with the innie nipple.
No, that
Never
exists.
seen that?
Yeah.
What kind of websites are you going to?
No, I knew a girl.
Like in real life?
Like one titty was like it was inside out. It's like inverted.
Yeah, it's like a belly button that goes in instead of out.
And so do you know how freaked out I was? Because you know it's like, all right, so here we go again. So
Oh God.
so it's like
Oh God,
reading
we're going down this
Braille.
path.
It's like reading Braille. You know that I got one in the left hand. There's got to be one for the right hand. And then you start searching, and you realize that you ain't finding it. And you look down, and it's like, where's your titty nipple? Like, where is it at?
Oh no.
It's
No.
weird to look at, but
Dude,
I mean,
I
it's
think
just-
that's one of those things where it's just like you turn
God
on the
forbid
light
she
and
had
you're
like
like,
a
I'm out.
mole. God forbid she had like a mole, and you're like, oh yeah. She's like, no, I don't know. No.
Yeah, you like that? You like that?
You like that? Like, motherfucker,
That's
no.
my,
Like,
that's my mole. Please stop.
It's my skin cancer. What are
You're
you
hurting
doing?
me. You're hurting me.
Oh, I tell you the worst thing that ever happened to me. God. I always go into girl stories because it's so hilarious. I think women
Well,
are more
that's
so-
good. At least somebody could do that around here.
I'm
Jeez.
sorry. So I have a thing with tattoos. Tattoos have to be tasteful,
Right?
you know, or it's like, you know, it's kind of like seeing like a kid that
Or
has, like,
tasty.
right, or tasty, like it has to be scratch and stuff. But it's like it's like a kid with a blank sheet of paper and like a crayon, and if your tattoo looks like a kid just went apeshit on this piece of paper, I really can't deal with that. So I had this girl over, and she takes off her pants, and on her thigh she has a picture of her fucking dog.
Oh.
It's like a full-on mural of the dog, but the dog is like crippled and like 90 years old and has like 3 legs and shit.
Gosh.
So she was drunk, drawing upside down with her offhand when she tried to design the tattoo.
I have no idea what the hell happened, but it was the saddest looking fucking dog with 3 legs on it. I could not take this girl serious after that. I made her get back dressed.
Dude, the bad part is that was a picture of her mom, but then she got real fat, and then she got thin again, and so it's just like real droopy.
And it's like I have the girl on Facebook, and it's like I look at her picture and I'm like.
Actually, I was gonna be sad. I was gonna say it'd be sad if you went on Facebook and you looked at the dog and it really does fucking look like that after this whole time.
I want to check.
It's a droopy, three-legged dog.
Right,
dude, don't put a profile on.
No, I'm not. No.
Like I don't feel like having to take this shit down.
I understand.
This is liquid gold for your ears.
I understand how. I've gone a long time without getting sued out of my pants. So.
Sued out of your pants.
Yeah.
What about sued in your pants? Were you
that's a different story.
That might be why you got sued, because you weren't in your pants at the time.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, if you were in front of Joe's window in his bathroom, it can happen.
I have to see this bathroom now.
Yeah, you'll get the tour. You'll have to walk through the bedroom. Things are gonna
Don't
get
touch
weaker.
anything and leave the black light off.
Right. Yeah, do not turn on the black light. It's for your own good. In fact, don't turn on the black light in this room or any room in my house.
Right.
Joe just goes to the door. He's like, "Whatever you see, don't scream."
What the hell is these things? They're inventions.
They're not finished yet.
So I'm looking for this dog photo.
No three-legged droopy dog.
Yeah. She's a good girl. It's just bad choice in tattoos. I really just think you should have rethought that one.
So I slowly took the 5-year-old quiz on BuzzFeed, and I can take 31 5-year-olds.
I got 6 more than you.
Well, you have more self-defense training.
See, sell that weight belt to me.
I mean, that's really. I think
5-year-olds are kind of like zombies. It's easy to take 1 or 2. It's when they're in a horde that it becomes really difficult.
Horde mode, dude. I think
Can we have a zombie discussion real quick?
Yeah.
So all right.
Nobody
so
likes zombies.
I've done a lot of thinking about this. So when I'm watching like Walking Dead or whatnot, it's like I'm thinking like there's armor. Like you need some type of armor so the zombies can't actually bite you. Why has no one ever decided to use like a motorcycle suit, like a full?
I don't know, man.
Like it covers you from head to toe.
Right.
It's.
But I think
leather.
you're giving up a moving ability to move and or quickly in order to get good armor. So I think you either need really, really solid armor, you're going to move slowly, and that's fine, or you need no armor so you can move quickly. And I think
Also,
that motorbike suit might be somewhere in the middle, trying to put your arms up in leather.
How are they going to get at you if you're fully covered?
Yeah, you got your gloves and your helmet on. You maybe put like a really thick scarf around your neck, and you're good to go. But I mean, you can.
What if they break the skin? Like that's usually how it
They
goes.
do that
Right?
in the fucking Walking Dead. They wear those prison riot suits, but that shit gets hot as fuck. Like they're in the middle of Atlanta.
Dude, well, don't go to Atlanta if you're gonna fucking zombie apocalypse. You go to the cold. You go north.
So they freeze.
The CDC is there, and I think that if anything was to jump off like that, it'd probably start like at the CDC.
Yeah, right.
But it's like to survive and not turn into a zombie, I'd be hot for a little while. I'd like have like a camelback and like an IV going to stay hydrated and just like live in that fucking thing. Like, man, you haven't taken that thing off in like 2 years. Like, what is going on?
I haven't even seen you take a piss taking it off.
Right.
Yeah, just don't get close. This could smell bad.
Nobody can understand you because in your helmet.
You don't understand. Even the zombies are like, holy shit, that guy smells. He's gotta be dead.
Dude, that's how you mix in with the zombies, dude.
No, they avoid you at that point. They're like, oh, smell.
You just don't have a scent at that point.
And also, one thing I never understood, like, each zombie movie is different. Here's what I can understand. Some zombies seem to have, like, almost superhuman strength, like they can bite through someone's skull directly. But it's like you have really, really dead, rotting teeth. Is that possible?
I don't know, like, you'd think, like, they would kind of just, like, crumble apart.
Yeah, you would think that they can't.
But it depends on how
zombies have an
fresh the
expiration
corpse
date.
is.
But you know what? Most zombie movies don't do a good job of that. Like with Walking Dead, like they're sitting out in the field for like 20 days and they still get up and kind of chase
Yeah,
it.
like, bleh.
But it would be cool if they had like the fresh ones like really chase you and shit, and then the old ones just kind of lay there and wait for you.
I don't know if it'd be
the Romero zombies, the original zombies, weren't runners. They weren't.
No, they were
The
all
horde
shamblers.
mentality.
Shambling.
Shamblers.
That's why, like, again, and I've said this before in other episodes, 28 Days Later was not a zombie movie. Just a bunch of people got the rage virus, but people are like, it's the best zombie movie ever. I'm like, no, it wasn't a zombie movie. They could run, not really zombie-esque.
Well, they're not dead. None of those people
they're
are
not dead.
Well, it's also they've gotten away completely from any like supernatural like reason for zombies, because I think like the Romero ones and the original Night of the Living Dead, did they ever explain what caused them to?
They meant there's a news report in I think the first one about a meteor, but they never like in none of the subsequent ones. There's never an explanation of what happens or why.
Right, it's like I kind of assume that in all of the recent zombie movies, it's always like a virus or something, because they never. It's not like thriller zombies. Like thriller zombies just come up out the grave and start dancing and shit.
Yeah.
And you have to imagine that that's like supernatural, like some type of ghostly power. But ever since then, it's always been like some type of virus that causes you to be kind of dead but kind of alive at the same time. So
that's why I would dig on George Romero's like style of never explaining it, because his theory was always if things get that fucked up, you wouldn't know what happened because the government's dead, no one's around to tell you.
What was the one where they went really well with the misinformation theme? Like they were like everyone was trying to find out where to go, and like people were posting videos and posting radio messages, and like everyone had it like all fucking wrong, and they were just chasing their tail around. Like, I forgot which one that was. Like, they were holed up somewhere, and they're like, yeah, man, this video came out and said we should go here, and then it was, like, all completely wrong when they got there or something like that.
I think, I don't know, that happens in, like, almost every one of them a little bit,
Yeah.
Like, even, like, in I Am Legend, they're like, we gotta go here, it's gonna be, or maybe, no, I don't know. No, that didn't work in I Am
And that
I Am
was
Legend's
vampires.
Like a zombie. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a
where
virus
did we,
movie.
I didn't really, they were really, like, heavy-breathing vampires.
Yeah.
Well, in the original book, they were vampires, and like.
Oh, that's why they didn't like the light and shit.
Yeah, because they were vampires, and
Dude,
he
that-
kind of is the bad guy, because like they like start like forming their own lives, and he's like murdering like families, like and babies and stuff, baby vampires and stuff.
Dude, that scene where he has to kill the dog though.
Yeah.
Will Smith takes out his dog. That always gets me right here. It's like don't do it. Like I'm not even like a dog person. Like I'm just like like fuck a dog. Just hit it with the car or whatever. Let's skin this puppy. Like that's how I start the show, right? Let's skin this cat. Let's kick this puppy. Let's throw this baby. But
I think it's all because animals are seen to be innocent. They have no fault.
yeah, and like this dog like saved his ass all this time, and he's just sitting there like, nope, the zombie dog. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Get the dog a motorcycle.
You know what
fucking
sucks?
outfit.
Yeah, the motorcycle. We get a little motorcycle cover.
Right. Like I would think that there would be some sort of armor. You could like devise something, like even if it was like really thick blue jean material, and just something.
I'm all safe.
Right.
I got my really thick blue jeans on.
Right,
Come
like-
at me, zombies.
I'm wearing my Leeds today, so.
I got my dungarees and my Calvin Kleins. I'm good.
Right.
Like, and I put my Christmas sweater on.
Right.
Stylish. I got a Christmas tree. I'm safe.
Right.
Come at me,
I
bro.
would think there has to be something like all these people running around like naked steaks. Like it has
Yeah.
to be something like, just something, anything. So I don't know. I really like my zombie movies, but I don't know. I think that the Night of the Living Dead, the original one, was like my favorite.
I have never
a good
watched
one.
that all the way through.
Really?
I'm just like, it's kind of slow.
I think that was the whole thing. It's like this slow, like shit's crumbling around you, but then like the humans are like triumphant at the end. Like,
Well, spoiler.
Except
I
they-
just said I didn't watch the damn thing. You just fucked it up for me.
No, don't worry, because the humans aren't triumphant, because then the main character gets shot in the face because of a vigilante mob indiscriminately shooting people.
that is true. Well, in the remake, it was
Double
the girl,
spoiler.
right?
Yeah,
The
I think the
girl
remake
survived.
had a girl, but
Yeah, the girl survived.
So
Yeah.
that's Romero though, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
he did. He basically invented the zombie genre as we know it. Because before then, it was like the Caribbean zombies, where you're dead, but you still are like
thing.
you're like undead, but you still have your mind and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
you're like like some weird wizard has control over your body or something.
You know, I think zombies are really kind of like an interesting thing to base a movie on because it's kind of like takes all of what humanity is and can warp it around, and I'd really like the universes that are created with it, but I don't know. Like, I really like The Walking Dead because they kind of go into all kinds of different stuff, but what other one has, like, that kind of content in it? Like, you got to go to the books to...
Like, what do you mean content?
Like content, like zombies, like, turn the light of humanity, like, on itself. Like, it's like, this is, like, what humanity is if, like, shit hit the fan.
Have you read, not watched because the movie was terrible, but World War Z?
I haven't, no.
The book itself kind of has that same feel. Like they do, since it's a bunch of short stories, they take a cross section that really makes you go like, yeah, it seems plausible that if the shit hit the fan, this is what it would be like. Like there are people that would totally be assholes. There are people that would try to buy their way out of things as the economy crashes anyway, so the dollar's worth nothing. And like I think it was a pretty accurate.
Well, each one of those chapters is a little like allegory to life. Like there's the whole thing about like the first time they try this big battle to fight the zombies and they're completely useless because they have all these high-tech weapons that are meaningless.
We have this giant missile that will suck the oxygen out of the air and release it in flames. This will totally kill them. And they're like, whoops, they don't breathe.
And that's just like a big like military-industrial complex thing. There's a whole section about reality television and just these little like vignettes.
That's World War Z, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie was kind of sucky. I mean, I like seeing the zombie thing kind of done in different ways, so I kind of appreciated seeing that. But they were like freaking like
we don't eat cancer patients.
Yeah, humans.
They're sick.
Fish, like they're like human fish, like this human big schools of just clobbering and climbing over everything. But
do you think like the zombie thing's kind of on its way out though? You think it ran its course? It's
kind of it's on Wayne. Like I read this IO9 article about
like beards.
This IO9 article was about like book publishers, and they're like, "Stop bringing us fucking your novel about zombies. We're not gonna publish it. There are too many. Like, we're not gonna publish your fucking zombie book."
So what's the next thing? Like we had fucking vampires. We had zombies. Now what's next?
Dystopian teens.
Oh yeah, we got the whole Hunger Games thing.
Yeah.
Well, never really this whatever. What are they?
You know what never really caught on? That's also a really cool concept is the werewolf thing.
Teen Wolf, dude.
Yeah, but that was like.
Oh.
That was I mean, like as a serious like horror like.
Yeah, I never would have thought like. I never would have thought vampires would have made it big. You know,
vampires always come and go. Vampires come and go over
all the time.
Yeah.
But it seems like werewolves kind of come with vampires for some reason. Like this whole werewolf vampire crossover. Like there hasn't been a really good standalone werewolf movie since like The Howling, which is like early 80s.
Yeah, I can't think of one that's like really been.
It's kind of weird though. I mean, like I just maybe it's just.
No, I mean it's actually I'll give you. It's like The Howling and American Werewolf in London are like the only really good ones of the recent cinema history because werewolves is such a cool like concept because the whole thing is like there's a monster inside of you like trying to get out and you can't control it. It's this great allegory of life.
But you know, that story is always told from the person who eventually turns into a werewolf. What if it was told from a person who is not the werewolf and has to contend with this fucking werewolf just coming out of nowhere? Like fucking Johnny disappears and there's a fucking wolf. Where did Johnny go? Like, you know, that type of situation where you're like dealing with this and you're like, I have no idea who's my friend and who's not.
In True Blood, they did werewolves made an appearance, but it was with the vampire stuff.
Yeah.
It's not what you're looking for.
They're just, and they're not really true werewolves. They're just people who can turn into wolves, like
or dogs.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, they have shift, but they just shift into a wolf form. They're not like at the full moon. I turn into this monster that I have no control of that can murder things. They're just like I can be a dog sometimes.
What if you get the shit out of the stick and like you just end up being like a fucking Yorkie or something?
Right, yeah. Like
they don't want to see me when I'm angry. You know, Shih Tzu.
Right.
There's this book I have it on my shelf. There's this book series, River of the Dancing God, and in one of I think the second or the third one, the guy gets bitten by this Pekingese dog that has the were curse. He's like, I'm a fucking were Pekingese now. What the hell?
Nice.
Fucking Pomeranians.
Right.
just like, oh god,
Pocket dogs.
my girlfriend turned into this bitch last night. Ugh.
Pocket dogs are a thing, man. Pocket dogs are really.
I don't know, like.
But I see like some big like muscle-roided dudes walking like these little tiny dogs.
Pocket dogs.
I'm like, someone is totally whipped. Like, really? Like, your girlfriend's like, here, take, whatever this thing is out for a walk. And it's like, I'd lose it. I'd just, like, fucking, like, it ran away. Like, I don't know, I'm very utilitarian when it comes to animals. I think if I have a dog, it has to do something that I can't do. Like, it has to, like, if someone's breaking into my house, it has to rip off someone's
It has to do
face.
something you can't.
Yeah, like it has to, like, protect my house when I'm gone or something. Like, it's like the dogs now, you walk into the house, you give them a Scooby snack, and they're like, oh, I'll help you carry the shit out. Like,
Yeah, well, that's because they're all, like, these little baby dogs, though.
Yeah.
Man, like, baby dogs.
There are no more junkyard dogs.
Yeah, we need some Cujo dogs.
Right, some actual junkyard dogs that, like, barked at everything and, like, lived in, like, motor oil and like had like a
it's like fucking go out of his dog pen and fucking eat a pig for fun.
Right. Right, like there's no more of that. I wish we had more of that. Like, kids should be afraid like of certain dogs.
I was afraid when I was doing my walk through the neighborhood yesterday, bringing it back. This like giant ass, like, I think they're called mastiffs or something.
Oh yeah, the horse
dog.
Fucking
huge. I mean, I could have jumped on top of it. It was like a fucking size of a pony.
Ride him off in the sunset.
Yeah, and this dog's just like boop boop boop, just like walking through the street. I'm like, that thing's fucking huge. I'm like, I'm gonna fight it. Like, Sarah's like, don't look at it. It's gonna come to her. Right. Like, I'm gonna fight him.
Don't look at it so when it bites you, you're surprised.
Yeah, like I'm like, no, that's the opposite. Like, I want to look at it and be like, don't fuck with me, dog.
I want to see this ass whooping coming.
Yeah, like but I heard if you like show a dog your teeth, like, I don't know if this is like fucking urban legend or something. But if you like look at the dog and like, like you could scare it away.
I don't know. I wouldn't try it.
I wouldn't try it with that big ass dog either. Get my ass kicked.
I wouldn't try it. I've been chased by a few dogs, and one was a German Shepherd that my friend had, and it was the craziest dog I've ever.
Did he go right for the jugular? Just
He would. Like,
yeah, man.
I don't know how I escaped this dog. I had to kick it in the face once.
Dude, that's why I'm saying, like, I get why you'd want like a little dog. They'd be like, get away from me, you little asshole, and just get out of here.
Right, but then it's like you have a really dumb cat at that point.
Yeah. Well, I do have a dumb cat, but it's the size of a dog.
Right. It's the size
of a small dog. It just doesn't bark as loud.
Right. Yeah, I think Small is just nothing but like a really kind of dumb cat. I'd rather have a very smart, large cat than to have a really small, dumb dog.
When would you rather have a dumb dog?
Well, I guess you never really want it.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, there's Fido. He keeps running to fucking walls again.
But is that not hilarious? Would you not have comic relief at a I had a
Dude,
dumb dog.
When dogs are dumb, they are really dumb. They shit everywhere. There's like making messes, digging holes, biting neighbors.
My dog had goofy teeth, and I would just look at him sometimes and like just laugh because he just had like these little baby teeth. It just always made him look like he had the IQ of a 5-year-old. Like, and it's just like a person's face and this IQ of a 5-year-old. Like,
this is freaking me out picturing in my head right now. Like,
we got
baby teeth per grown man's face, eyes of a 5-year-old. Like, I don't even know what kind of dog it is.
That's a horror movie for you. Like,
yeah, that's your werewolf movie right there.
I actually drew a picture of it yesterday, so you can just see that. So it exists.
Hold that up again. Let me get a shot of that. I was laughing at what the
Did you post that to your Twitter account? Not your Twitter account, to Instagram?
Yeah, I posted it to Instagram.
Yeah, I liked it on Instagram.
Because last year I drew, when they announced Call of Duty, I drew this. The dog tank thing, and so this year they announced a new Call of Duty, so I drew a new picture of a dog. So.
Oh my god!
Wait, does this year's
have rockets on it?
No, yeah, this one has a rocket on it. But I felt bad because I didn't draw any super cool, because the new Call of Duty is like future and it's got robots and stuff, and I was like, I'll just give him a jetpack.
Wait, so like. In the new Call of Duty, they still have the dog character for you?
No, they don't. They got rid of the dog, but now you've got exoskeletons, and you can jump real high, and you can climb walls like Spider-Man.
So it's like having a dog, is what you're saying.
Has Call of Duty jumped the shark?
Hell yeah!
Yeah. I mean,
oh yeah, it jumped the shark.
The last one was kind of crap. I mean, it was just
it jumped the tank shark rocket Shark.
The last one, they're like, we'll put a dog in it, and it was stupid. There was no reason. It was the lamest choice. It took place in, like, there were like 2 missions in space where you shot a bunch of people in space. It was stupid.
Right.
This
with
one,
no-
yeah.
Seriously though, I mean, like after
This one's
Modern
got.
Warfare
The next
2,
one has Kevin Spacey as the main character. Or you don't play as him, but he's like one of the main
Wait,
story
is that the guy
characters.
that looks into the camera and like
Yeah.
talks like, now what you don't know
No.
is I'm gonna.
Kevin Spacey is awesome.
Yeah, but don't say but.
But no, I mean, like, how does he make the game better?
Yeah, that's a good
Because
It's like
they
great
paid
movie.
like $3 million for his motion capture. That's how.
But
So he's in
It's
cutscenes
like
now.
you could just like render a face that looks oddly like Kevin Spacey.
Uncanny
and
Valley,
not
Kevin
pay
Spacey.
Like that guy looks like Kevin Spacey. Nope, no relation. Does not look like him. You couldn't argue with it.
Spevin, what is it?
Right, just put
Spevin
a-
Macy
Just
or
put a
whatever.
mole in a really like weird place. And it's
Like the
no,
early-
that's not Kevin Spacey.
The early Metal Gear, it was all like rip-offs of other things, like Snake Plissken and other things. Like they even
Yeah.
reference that in Metal Gear 2. His name, Solid Snake is under the disguise Sergeant Pliskin. You know, they just rip it off.
Right.
That's
Just rip it off.
But seriously though, I mean, I haven't honestly liked a Call of Duty game since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Has
Modern Warfare
anything
2
changed? Have you guys put?
my
I mean,
favorite.
like, that was the peak.
Black Ops 2, I think, really fucking did a lot of really awesome stuff that I was really happy about. But
Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Black Ops 2, I was it's like tied up there with Modern Warfare 2. But since the other ones have been just kind of whatever.
I feel like I played the 2 games at their peak, and I'm like, why even? Now it's like Madden. It's like, oh, I got the roster update, or like
Yeah, I
playing.
can't even get in the game. I mean, I love video games. I've been playing since I was a kid, but there's not too many that I can wholeheartedly get into.
Right.
This last Call of Duty was the first one I've ever not played the storyline like until
Oh,
much,
the
much
storyline was
later.
just trash.
Like
That's-
normally that's the first thing that I do is I hop in the story mode because I like being told a story. I like kind of like
Yeah.
a movie that you play through. And this one I was just like I got through like maybe a mission and a half. I was like, nope, straight to multiplayer.
Yeah, I love them for the single player campaign because the stories don't make sense, but they're just these big awesome movies that you take part in. But this
Right,
one
exactly.
it was just like it's Vegas in the future after the collapse. You're in a hallway. It's like what?
I'm in a hallway, motherfucker. I told you.
Yeah.
Don't. I mean, what do you do then? You shoot shit.
Shoot shit. Just
That's
go
what's
ahead and
there.
shoot
You're
shit.
good.
But you know that's why I liked Uncharted. I
Yeah.
really loved Uncharted 2. Like Uncharted 2 was the first one I played. Really loved that game. It was so awesome. I think I bought a PS3 just for that.
Just for Uncharted.
Just for Uncharted.
I had once my Xbox broke, like not even like 360, like not even my Xbox 360 broke. I was like, fuck this. I'm building computers from now on. I'm over it. I'm
I've been through 4, I think.
4 Xbox.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Xbox side?
2008 or so.
Dude, but I want to play Gran Turismo so bad. Like I just
No one
I need
wants
to
to
get
The last one wasn't very good.
It's all about Forza right now, which is sad because Sony had that
Oh, yeah.
simulation.
Yeah, the last, and I don't know what
They had it
what
locked.
they did, but Gran Turismo 6, the last one that came out, just it wasn't good. Like it was okay, it was fine, but it was just like no realistic damage. Like you can kind of like crumple the hood a little bit, but it doesn't affect the
Yeah.
driving. The really small selection of cars and tracks, and they like I remember like the PS2, the last Gran Turismo on the PS2, like
That
Forza
was
came
great.
out. And they were like fuck this, we're putting 3D people, like the crowds and stuff that they threw in it on the PS2, you're like, how do they even pull this off? But in this, they're literally like 7 polygons. Like they're like 3 people in the crowd and 7 polygons apiece.
And it's like, didn't they do something where they didn't like the cars that were not kind of featured in the game were all like low res copies?
Yeah, they didn't do nearly, and their sound work sucks. Like
And they're like, we have 1 billion cars, but like half
They all
of them
sound
are all the exact same Subaru. Like it's like the 2008 Subaru and the 2009. I was like, I don't understand the difference.
They never got my favorite car right. I had a 97 Eagle Talon turbo all-wheel drive.
yes.
They didn't get it right, I think, until like the Gran Turismo before last, where they actually had a turbo all-wheel drive model. It's like they had every single one that didn't matter. They had the front-wheel drive turbo, and then the non-turbo. And then,
I
like,
just want this car,
and then
damn
it's
it!
like your grandma's grocery getter that has like the primer spots in it. They had that. That was in the game, but not like the best make of the model. Like I couldn't understand.
I forget what game had like I can remember like I made like my Ford Focus. Like yeah, I'll put the not good air kit in it.
Right,
like yeah,
yeah.
all right, got my cold air intake, got my exhaust. Like finally I made my Ford Focus, and I go drive it around. I'm like, I'd rather just drive the real car.
Right,
like,
yeah,
why would I
but-
recreate this? I'm an idiot. I should be pretending to drive a Ferrari.
Right, yeah. It's like I wasted all this time making my car
Yeah,
look
it's like-
fucking lame.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like it's a fucking lame car. Why did I do that? Oh man. How are we looking on time here?
Well, speaking of lame cars, I think it's time we take this lame horse out back and shoot it and start plugging each other.
Yes, finally.
that sounds
it's supposed to sound like that, dude.
okay.
All right, just make sure you do.
I stepped on that
Like
one.
we
I'm sorry.
know.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay. My plug for this week is a little sketch that a friend of mine and his sketch team put together. He wrote it, and then I helped film and then edit it. It's called George Clooney's Engagement is Announced. And I thought it turned out really well. I was really happy with it. I think it's fairly funny. It's about what happens to the women of the world when they realize that George Clooney is now engaged. You can go check that out by going to justcoolenough.com and click the show notes for this episode.
All right, my plug for this week is I'm plugging Shout Engine because we are kicking ass right now. So many people are creating podcasts. We got Garnet on Games, which if you haven't gotten that show yet, and you love video games, you got to check it out. So we got #1 video game podcast. We got the Smoking Tire, which is like top automotive podcast. We got Mike Bell's Powercast, #1 in fitness, right? Like we're fucking kicking ass. And we have Your Fitness Pals, which is number last in fitness, which is hosted by Ike and Joe. Like that's me and Ike. Like we got the Seattle Mariners do like their podcast on like Shout Engine. We're fucking blowing up right now. If you think you can make something just as good as Just Cool Enough,
And you can, trust me, you can.
Because again,
it's very
Fitness Pals
easy.
is last.
It literally takes the only time it takes
This is hard work though.
oh yeah. Like
I'm
I get
hungry, like,
I'm
that
hungry.
pizza
I get
thing?
sweaty in the armpits. It's hard work. Yeah.
Sweaty in the
Sweaty pits. But go get your own podcast at shoutengine.com. It's still in beta. Like you can get it's free. It takes like 5 minutes. So go check it out. And I'm seeing all this cool shit happen, and you guys should be part of it. So go check it out. Ike, what do you got to plug?
Go check out on YouTube Veritasium.
Ooh.
It's a very
Well, how
cool
do you-
sciencey channel. Veritasium is
Veritasium. You don't have to spell it. I'm not
All right.
sorry for quizzing you.
so it's
People-
Veritasium. Veritasium. It's really cool sciencey stuff. They're really short, sciencey, or maybe more like 12-minute long videos about science stuff. And I'm all about science. And keep a lookout. Soon I will be making. I have a new Twitter account and a new YouTube channel going up. Hopefully sometime soon. For people who like Steam, not the video games, but actually
Steam?
Steam is an educational model. It's built off the idea of STEM, and STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Oh,
And
okay.
Steam is just adding art. So I'm going to be putting up a bunch of Steam stuff up there and
you
starting
just,
to.
You're like, oh man, condensation is the fucking best.
Yeah, awesome. I can make so much about that.
I mean, like it is kind of cool. Like, anyway, Alex Connolly, thanks for being on the show this week, man. Like,
Thank you.
sorry for
You butchered my last name though.
what the fuck is your last name?
Conley.
I'm a fucking idiot.
You almost said it like cannoli.
Well, what do you expect? I mean, come on, man. Like, look at me.
Can I make a plug? Can it be a podcast?
Yeah, whatever you want.
All right.
As long as it's not better than ours.
Oh shit. Well, I can't.
No, go for it.
No, one of my favorite audio dramas, We're Alive. It's a zombie podcast that's kind kind of made out like one of those old radio dramas where you kind of listen to all the character and voice actors kind of play out this huge storyline. I think that there are 4 seasons in, so you can go back and kind of listen to the first season and get all that out the way and get all the way to the current season. So it's really well done, like really high quality.
So it's not like old time radio.
No, it's not like old time radio. It's kind of like listening to Walking Dead, but actually slightly better.
Oh man, that's high praise.
It's pretty awesome.
Nice. And as always, you could check out Alex's site over at MotoCure. Did I say that right?
Yeah, that's
right. All right. .com. Is that right?
No, it's .com.
.com. Go check it out.
You said cure like you're trying to cure meat, Joe. It's cure.
Cure?
No.
MotoCure. Just go check it out.
He's working. He's, English is his third language.
English is just.
Oh, I lost my connection.
I still have mine.
Still
See, that's what you get.
Okay.
You did. That's what happens. So go check it out. We'll have links on the site as per usual, but the content over on Alex's site is pretty highbrow stuff. It's like luxury cars and everything, and also some really good photography. Now I'm getting that.
That means it's time to go.
Yep, time to go. Take us away.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to this podcast. I think it worked pretty well. I didn't speak a lot, which I think helped. And also, have a wonderful weekend. But until next week, fuck off.
Don't do it. We got a guest this week, man.
So
this week.
You're right. I should have let him tell. He should tell the audience to fuck off then.
No, dude.
Tell the audience to fuck off?
Don't.
Yeah.
We're supposed to
I'm
be.
from Detroit. I'll do it.
you're supposed to
Don't
look
do
in the
it,
mic though when you look in the camera when you say it though, so that
Well, he's so
you know you mean it.
distracting. And for this week, I am the guest person to tell everyone to fuck off.
What the hell? Everybody is just like. That is rude.
We're disrespectful.
This is disrespect. Let's
They
go.
love us.
I'm kind of.
I would never say fuck off.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of hungry. I
We're
don't
still
have time
hungry.
to. I don't have time to get mad about this. I'm hungry.
All this fake indignance.
I'm. What did you just call me?
It rhymed with dick, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, just like your mom. I don't know.
That's always a classic.
Can I please just stop the broadcast?